So now we continue to Module 5.2 of Reviewing Documents using the spelling and grammar check. So in a typical document, the spelling and grammar checks will give you red and blue underlines or red and green squiggly underlines to tell you that there's something that needs to be addressed. With our school accounts, we don't have that. We have deliberately disabled that to make sure you're doing the work yourself. So we have a little bit of the red line here under Majesty. How do we find that? Well, we go Tools, Spelling and Grammar, and we can hit Spelling and Grammar Check. This will actually say, hey, you probably want Majesty. So we can click on that. Now here, if it please your Majesty, notice here there's a blue squiggle underline, not a red squiggle. That's because the grammar that we have is typically pleases. So we can accept it, or if there's more than one option, we can click on that option. So, and there's, as soon as there was mouth, enough mouth is grammatically preferred, but we don't want to really rewrite the works of Charles Lutwidge Dodgson, aka Lewis Carroll. But we can run through and we'll see these spelling and grammar checks. So we hit that spelling first. Others here it's suggesting crocheting instead of croqueting. That gives a little bit of the bias for which part of the world we're in. There is the option to add a personal dictionary. I do not recommend that in general. So doing a personal dictionary means you're adding words and telling it that things are correct, which doesn't necessarily mean that they are. If I were to use the personal dictionary, I would use it for proper names. So if you have a name that is not in the dictionaries and it keeps flagging that as a spelling mistake, well, you can add that to your personal dictionary and it will stop flagging that one for you, but only on yours and not on somebody else's. But that's how you run the spelling and grammar check. It's Tools, Spelling and Grammar Check. You can say whether you want it to show the spelling or grammar suggestions or pull up a personal dictionary which currently has no words. But if you were, say, adding in a word like your last name, you could add that so it stops flagging it for you. This is how we use the speller and grammar check.